Hello, Elisha from Above All Contractors. This is Joel from JND SEO. We spoke briefly the other day, so I'm just going to show you 3 ways that you could improve your site and help you to beat your competition online. And I don't want to waste your time, so I'm going to make this as quick as possible. If you guys have any questions at the end or want to talk any more about anything that I did talk about, we just set up a quick 5-10 minute phone call and I can answer any questions for you. If not, I've got a bunch of good free information in here for you that you guys could actually do some of it yourself, or if you have someone you use that you could have them do it as well. So the 3 things we'll talk about are content, citations, and backlinks. So we'll start with content, and I'm on your home page now. And I just want to see about how many words of content you guys do have on your home page. It looks like you guys probably have maybe around 5, maybe even 600 words of content. And so Google actually recommends having about 1,500 words to 2,000 words of content on your home page. The reason why they want so much is that the more you have on there, they know you're providing a lot of education for people and information, and they really want, one of the 3 services that they would prefer would be really education. The other thing that you guys do have, though, is a blog, and this actually works about the same way as that much content. And essentially, blogs teach people a lot of things. They give them tips, and people actually really love blogs. And also, Google loves blogs too, actually. It's like you guys haven't quite set yours up yet, but having a blog, it is a lot of work, to be honest, to go in and, depending on how often you guys would, write a post or update it. But Google does really like them, and they can function the same way as having that much content. So throughout the video, I'm also going to show you linear roofing. The reason why is because they're one of the top results in Greenville, South Carolina, at least online. So in order to climb the rankings and get really to that first page and on the top, I want to show you someone who is on top to kind of show you how to get there and how to do it. So if we look at their site, we're going to find out that they don't have anywhere near the 1,500 to 2,000 words of content that we talked about. They do have a good amount, though. They just don't have that much on there. However, they do have a blog site. And actually, let me click this here. We can see some of theirs. And again, like I said, blogs do offer a lot of information. And really what Google wants is people to give out a service that's going to bring more people to Google, of course, which is going to help them. So they're going to rank these sites higher that have both blogs and a lot of content. But there is another reason why having a lot of content is awesome, and that's so that you can have more keywords in that content. And keywords are what really bring in the visitors to a website. So these really are the key. So I've just used roofing Greenville, South Carolina. It's actually not the biggest one for the area, but it does have about 200 people that do search roofing Greenville, South Carolina every single month. And as you can tell, because there's no company name, this is something that someone who does not have an idea of who to use is looking for in the area. So it's a new customer. First thing they would normally find would be ads, but because I'm not seeing any show up, the first thing they're going to see is this map section, otherwise known as the GMB or Google My Business. This is going to bring us to our second topic, and that's citation. So top 3 companies show up in this little preview window on the main page for new customers. You could view all of the rest in the area, but just to be seen, this is going to be, and for most sites this would be the second thing, but for this specific search, it's the first thing. So it's the first thing that a new customer sees, which just gets you some more exposure and more clicks probably and visitors to the site. So the way to get on this map section is to have the most and highest quality citations. And that's just when you get your business name, address, and phone number listed together into directory sites. These are sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Home Advisor, to name a few. Better Business Bureau is one as well. The key with these, though, is it has to be exact. The way your name is spelled, like for instance, Davis Contracting has LLC here. They would have to have LLC in every single place they're listed. Otherwise, they wouldn't connect. It has to be the exact same. Same with the address, spacing, and everything with the phone number and all that. Has to be the same everywhere. Could also use social media to link it through this as well, like a Facebook business page, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, all that. After that, we're going to get to our organic section. You're going to get 10 results that show up in really any Google search that you do. So these all show up in reference to whatever you search. So for our keyword here, roofing Greenville, South Carolina, These are actually, this is our ranking, right? So if we were ranking this keyword, number 1 would go to Home Advisor, which is a directory. Number 2 is going to go to Lanier Roofing, which is the kind of target company we're talking about. 3 is going to go to Better Business Bureau. And 2 of these 3 are directories. So that's actually a really good thing, because if directories are towards the top of a keyword, that tells you that if that keyword's not that hard to get. And the reason why is because Google prefers to have local businesses on top of those in the organic section, opposed to directories. They would rather have the local business. So the fact that Lanier is not even number 1 is actually a really good thing for us. So next up, I've taken your website, aboveallcontractors.com. I put it into a program that I like to use called Ahrefs. This just basically helps me see how your site's performing. First thing I do notice, you guys have got your header up here on your page, which is really good. So you guys, it looks like you just have some keywords. You could also put your name as well, Above All Contractors, as well as some keywords. And this just allows Google to find you a little bit easier. And next we'll jump into backlinks, which is our third topic today. So backlinks and referring domains really go together. And the way it really works is that referring domains are just websites or domains that they're basically linked to your site, because you have links on these sites. And so these sites also point back to your site. So right now we can see that there's 18 different sites that you guys have links on. Backlinks are the actual links. So there's 31 links on the 18 sites. So there's about, it's a little bit less than 2 per site there. People click on these links, it's going to redirect them back to your homepage, Above All Contractors. In our Facebook business page example, your Facebook business page would be your actual referring domain. The actual part where it says the web address and the link, that would be your backlink that people would click, and it would send them here. Also, the more sites pointing to your site, that's those sites vouching for you. Google will rank you higher as a result. This is your trust here. With an 18, that's bringing you guys about 65 keywords you can be found for in searches. The higher your trust, the more keywords you can be found for, assuming they are on your page to begin with. So the keywords what really bring in the visitors. You guys do have 65 showing up. The 65 you guys have are bringing 1 visitor to your site per month. So actually, let's click the keyword now, and let's see where your visitors coming from. So the first thing we see is your business name, Above All Roofing. That's a good thing. It means people know who you are. And as we can see, 450 people do search you by name, at least for Above All Roofing. For Above All Construction, we have 150. But let's look at the first one. So for Above All Roofing, you guys, your position is 22. So we know there's 10 results per page. So the idea would be to get in that top 10. That's going to get you on page 1. 22, unfortunately, is going to put you at the top of page 3. And the way it works is we actually found 80 to 85% of people will not go to even page 2. And if you think about it, when you do a Google search, how often do you go past page 1? Most people, you might do it once in a while, but not too often. I found if you're at the top of page 2, you might get 1 or 2 visitors, but it really does taper off fast after that. So 22 here, we can actually see that what that's actually bringing, it's about half of a visitor to your site. So this is actually your currently the best keyword you guys have that you're getting the most visitor from. I think you had 1 showing up, so most likely it's coming from this one, because we can see the actual number here. And I'll explain that a little better with Lanier Roofing. So if we go to, actually let's quickly run through here. They've got their header here with their name. They put a little space as well as a keyword. 94 referring domains with about 1,600 actual links pointing back. That's going to bring their trust to a 29, which gives them about 310 keywords, and they're getting about 293 visitors from those 310 keywords. So let's just take a quick look at theirs. All right, so the first thing we see is Roofing, Greenville, South Carolina. This is a good one for new customers. We do see their name here as well. So 200 people do search this exactly. This is one we use for our example. And they're in the first position. So first position is obviously the best you can do. If you're in the first position, generally you're going to get between about 20 and 37% of the total volume coming to your site. And that's what this number here is. So this was a 61. So they're actually getting 61 visitors to their actual site, Lanier Roofing, of the 200 by being number 1. And as you go further back, the percentage shrinks. So roofer, Greenville, South Carolina, there's 400 people searching it. They're in the 5th position, so with number 5, they're getting 27 of the 400. So you can see it's dropped down quite a bit. Roofers, Greenville, South Carolina, 250 people are searching it. They're number 4, so they're getting 23 of the 250 as number 4. It's really, you can just look down, the more positions you get in the top 10, you just start to really add up this volume, and that's where it starts to really kind of, add up for you and get a lot more visitors. And just typically about 100 visitors to your site will result between 20 and probably 30 calls per month. And depending on what your closing ratios are from there, I mean, that could be anywhere between probably maybe 1 and 3 jobs a month, depending what the closing ratios, maybe 2 to 4, depending if you guys are really good with that. All right, so here's all the information for you guys. Obviously, if you guys, aren't looking to grow or happy where you're at, then, you wouldn't have to do anything with this. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I will just follow up with you guys and just ask if you have really any feedback for me. Let me know if you thought this was useful and if you guys learned a few things. Thank you for your time. Looking forward to talking to you. Have a good one. Bye.